What to do, my guys? Real fast, I'm gonna break down a AU trade that I took on Monday, Labor Day weekend. That I mean, it resulted in a break even, but the trade idea did work out. So real fast, this is the 4 hour. I'm just gonna break it down. How I was viewing this real quick. So this is my supply. Before the create a low to break this low, reaction fails. We mitigate, fail, mitigate something else, then we break out. Fuck. Okay. H4 takes the high. Then this demand goes. And this is how I just mark it on my 4 hour. We come into this supply, which sweeps, fails to take out this low, and we take out this supply. We come back, we mitigate something down here, fails again to take out the low, take out this high. So first, I was looking at this demand to hold. That's my dog. She's playing with a bottle of water, so just bear with me. But anyway, we see this demand that should hold, but we're getting these reactions. Then we fail to produce a new high. So you could consider this a liquidity grab to push higher potentially, or a break. So in this case, we have a grab, we push higher, we grab as well up here, and then we push back down with momentum. So this was my supply zone that I was looking at to potentially sell from. Right, so we come in here, and I usually use the 10 minute. The 10 minute is fucking clean. So we could see a better, is my reaction point. A nice 10 minute unmitigated zone. Still a 15 minute. That's where I got my supply zone from. So real fast, I'm just gonna break down the London session that could have been taken for London. If you really wanted to take a 1 minute entry inside this 15-minute zone. So London session right now is 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, so going like around 1:30, 2 o'clock. So we tap in, and also if you want to investigate this 15-minute supply zone even further, what does price do? Last bit of inducement, refinement. So we come in into the last point of inducement inside the 15-minute zone. At this point, I'm waiting for this low to go if I'm awake for London. But this is just to break down London's sell opportunity. We have a demand. You can't argue these buy to sell wigs. That's the reason why we're reacting to them. That broke this high. But overall, I want to see this go. We have a sweep. And now we have, let's see if it breaks. And we have a break, right? So you can see we have this reaction right here. Out of two things could happen. Market could sweep, give you that 1 minute schematic. Or we could just tap in here and get your some sort of a if you have a certain type of strategy that goes into a supply zone, you could look out for that. But my train of thought was getting this swept and just seeing what price does. See if it gives me something to potentially get into the trade. So as we're coming up, we break this flip, but you see this reaction. To me, that's my demand. That cannot go. That demand for me can't go. Which reacted to the supply. I'm sorry. So this is my demand. We react, we sweep, and that reaction fails. Shit, but it's not working on my keyboard. Reaction fails, right? So, looking at this could have been an entry if you really wanted to take it. Was feeling frisky. Take that wick behind this high. Behind this high. This is the overall high that's supposed to hold. So, whatever floats your boat. 6.3, 5 pips, whatever it is. This could have been entry number one, targeting some internal range liquidity. And then we take the low. Now, if we didn't get in there, take this. I usually just jump around to see what POI looks the best on what time frame. So that's entry number one. I'm going to take this out. I don't want to make a mess. Okay. Which is still iffy because now these highs could still get swept. You know what I mean? So let's see if we see anything clean. Not really, but this is my overall supply zone of where I want to see the next reaction come from. We sweep, creates a demand. This demand can't go. I'm a sell stop type of guy. I set sell stops at demands that can't go. So depending on the stop loss, you know, I wouldn't feel so comfortable because again, it could do some shit like this. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't really feel comfortable putting it, you know, right behind here. I just give it a little bit of leg room. Let me see. It's not bad. I mean, 9 pips, up to you. But yeah, so we react again to the demand, and then we break. So another sell stop would have got you in. Or you would have popped the limit on this range. 3 pips. Again, 7 pips. And now she goes down. Next scale in. We react. We sweep. We have inducement. This is my next scale in. But yeah, so this is London. You know, this is trades that could have been caught on London. So let me just go straight now to my trade. What I was looking at when I woke up for New York. Real fast, as you can see, there's the 15 minute. Right, 15 minute give us that. Take the high, take the low. This change right here. So we have that nice break. This high is inducement for this area. What's 8 o'clock? 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock. All right, so 8 o'clock is around here. So I usually have split screen. I have 2 screens. On one screen, I have the 4 hour and the 15. On another screen, I have the 5 and the 1. So in this case, I will have the 5 and the 1 coming into my area, into my zone. All right, so what time is this? 7 o'clock going into New York. Okay, so my entry was, just trying to remember exactly. Okay, so Jesus Christ, my shift does not work. So we sweep. We react to the supply, break. This demand goes. Um, we mitigate a potential scaling right here. All right. Break this low. My entire range. All right, so I already see, once I saw these equal lows, I was targeting those equal lows first. So this was my trade New York session right here coming in. We come into the range. I notice this sweep of this high. I notice that we break all these demands right here. This demand, this demand. We have a reaction to this demand. Now, my train of thought was, I'm already looking for sells because I already had broken down London when I woke up for New York to see if it makes sense to still look for sells. So I was automatically looking for sells. What price does behind this piece of inducement where this reaction came broke? Well, I want to see what price does. So what I noticed is we created demand of this supply, right? We sweep. My sell stop went under this low, just a little lower. Stop behind this high. I had to give it a little buffer. I think I had like a 5 pip stop loss. 4664 was my so 4.8. You know, these equals were gonna go. That's what I was really targeting. But all in all, I was targeting this just to go break even, but it's not the best because we're right here. It's not the best price. But I just had to, you know, I knew that market was really wanted to target these. So, but overall, I wanted to take out this internal range liquidity, mitigation and mitigation to the low. So we react here on MT on trading view. It looks like it got you in, but on my MC4, it didn't get me in yet. So I was watching all of this. I even seen this spike, so I was like, all right, cool. It didn't get me in yet, no problem. Gave me more confluence because it was a sweep. So if we sweep, break, beautiful. And now I'm in. So market went for that. Look at the reaction just to take these lows out. You know what I mean? So once I seen that, I took a little partials off. Nothing crazy, but just because you don't know if market wants to do some shit like that, you know, and just use this as fuel to continue the move. What are you reading? All right, so I just took a little bit off, but I left my stop open, right? Once this low went, I looked for another supply, more scale ins. I didn't take this scale in just because I wasn't in my office already. Once I got into a trade, I just walk away. Um, because it was Labor Day, I assumed that it was going to be kind of slow anyway. But and I like to see, so like I was saying, you see how we just took this liquidity and just started trickling back up. I like to see this though, these all these mitigations, just all liquidity, just so market could eventually do that. So I was looking overall in this range. I really wanted to see what price does behind this inducement level. Does it give us a nice, sweep, aggressive sweep break, and then we take something here? We'll see. So this is all disgusting as price action. Spread hours. This is what spread took me out, unfortunately. I don't know how, but whatever. Just let me skip to. Okay, so this is where we at. Again, nobody's trading this, but I'm just trying to show you of what I was trying to talk about of sweeping the last point of inducement. If it gives you a nice push out, you come back, you take that. This took me out. I don't know how the look at this shit. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the spread. I don't know how big was the spread on spread hours. Like Jesus. So what happens? And this shit just dies. Again, it took all this internal range. So I still wasn't looking. I literally looked right after. I don't know what time I looked, but when I looked, I was already taken out. Uh, so look. Okay, so this took me out. I'm sorry. This move took me out. Yeah, this move took me out. We swept above this inducement. And it's weird because two different brokers had two different things. On ACAP, this is ACAP, it swept this high, right? It swept this high, right? And I believe on, I don't know what other broker I was looking at, was probably Forex.com. It never swept this high. So it was weird. I didn't understand that. Then one broker had this logo, which was this one, which was ACAP, had this logo, and on another one, this logo was still intact. So it was like I don't fucking know. I didn't understand. But yeah, so this move up took me out and spread. But this is my demand zone. We react to a supply. Now we break down, right? So what can you pop a limit at? I will say I want to see what it does behind here. If she comes back. Okay. See what happens. Sweep above. See, so if I was looking at this, so I got taken out already at break even, but that was the trade. This was the trade that and we already know that it took out the 4H low, but this was the trade that I took. New York session, came back up. This took me out in spread. So really quick, we was looking for something around this time. We're still inside this this supply. We sweep. I'll pop out the sell stop behind under this low. It is a little risky because this could be induced. But I was looking for sells overall. Exactly, you see. So come in, and then yeah. Yeah, so that's what she wrote. That was basically it. But yeah, this would have been another entry. Sell stop. Didn't come back into my induced level, but it came back into what reacted. I broke the low. But yeah, man, that was the trade. I know it's a little sloppy, but this was the New York session trade. I mean, I would say that I took partials off at the correct area. Like we said, this could generate a few, fuel for the next move up, which it kind of did. But yeah, that was the motherfucking trade. Hope you guys enjoyed. It's kind of long, it's 21 minutes, but yeah, man, love is love, guys.